Hello students, welcome to Artbeat Short-Term course sessions. And in this session, we're going to learn about a still life painting. So for that, we need our pencil, eraser and a sharpener. And we need a cup of water, waste cloth. And we need all our brushes, a 4 number flat brush and 2 number round brush, 1 number round brush and a 000 round brush for the fine detailing. And we have a black, white and a red acrylic paint, and we have our canvas sheet which comes in a canvas pad, and then we have cobalt blue, and we have our dark green, and we have our ultramarine blue, and we have our light green, and we have our vermilion hue, and we have our yellow, and we have burnt sienna which is a brown color, and we have a sap green color. So now, as all the colors are ready and all the materials is ready, let's begin with our painting today. So I'm beginning it with a detailing sketch. So detailed sketch in the sense, not like the complete, when we are doing a pencil sketch we make a very detailed sketch. It is not like that. We'll just make an outline of the still life. Okay. Making the detailing sketch, please make sure the sketches come up perfect. So the complete painting is based on your sketch, so please make sure that you have got the shape and the length and the symmetry perfectly. So here we are drawing a boat which is on a water. I'm just making the outline of the boat. So I hope you all have the reference image by now. So please keep your reference image ready, or if you're doing it from this video, so please make sure that you pause the video and complete the sketch and then again play the video. So do not rush to do it with me. And now what I'm doing is, I'm not erasing off completely, I'm just making it lighter. I'm just making the sketch lighter so the pencil marks are not seen. So I'm taking my blue, cobalt blue and some white color in my palette. I'm mixing it and we have got a very lighter shade of blue, and I'm applying it for the background around the boat. So carefully apply it and use only one direction to apply any paint. So it might be for the background or might be for the boat, whatever it is, and whichever artwork it is, it might be animal or a bird or a landscape or a seascape. You have to just use one direction. And except the boat and the reflection part, I have completely applied the cobalt blue, and now I am applying the dark blue which is mixed with white, and I'm applying it, and I'm just blending both darker and lighter blue shades. So here you have to observe that I'm leaving a space for the reflection of the water, and also I'm blending both the colors, but still we can make out that I'm painting a water. So it is very much important that you leave some space, some white gaps for the reflection which we have to create inside the water. Now I'm taking 1 number round brush and I'm taking my yellow paint. I just dipped only the tip of the brush inside the water. Don't get confused and dip the brush completely inside water. It is also bad to use too much of water in acrylics. It is always good to use too much of water in watercolors only. So in acrylic, the maximum amount of water which you can use is only 30% of the paint which you're taking. And now I'm taking the vermilion hue color. It is a red color. If you're confused, getting confused by the names which I'm telling, you can just use a red color and yellow color. Whichever shade is will definitely suit. So make sure you fill in the colors nice and neat. That is a flat wash technique, wherein the color is very flat. There is no white gaps or there is no patches mainly. And now what I'm doing is I'm creating the reflection part. So suppose if there is a boat, the reflection of the boat inside the water will also be in the same color as the boat is, isn't it? So I'm applying the reflection over here, and the reflection will be just it will not be accurate like a still life board, like how it really looks. It will be inappropriate. Here and there will be random lines or random shades which we can use it for. So wash your brush neat and clean whenever you're using a fresh color, because when if in case the red gets mixed with green, you will get some shade of brown, which is really bad. So always make sure to wash the brush nice and neat and wipe it off and make it dry, and then use it for a fresh paint. Now I'm applying green. I'm just filling in the colors in the sketch which we have made. Also, I'm applying some green color for the reflection part. So use a very smaller brush in order to give these kind of detailings. If you don't have a smaller brush, please make sure that you get one small brush and then do, because as a beginner it is really difficult to use a bigger number brush and do these small details. So using the correct number brush is also important. And also, it is not mandatory that you have to use a round brush. You can also use a flat brush to create these, but the size has to be the same. I'm using the green color and I'm creating the outline of the boat. I'm giving a darker green shade inside it so that we get that realistic effect. And I'm using the darker blue now. You can even use ultramarine blue or a Prussian blue. Any blue is fine. It will definitely suit. I'm giving the outline for the back side of the boat and towards the right hand side outlining of the boat. Please make sure that you touch only the tip of the brush inside water, do not dip it entirely. And whenever you are filling in the colors with different colors, please make sure that there are no patches, and if there are two colors which is meeting, please make sure that they both blend in nice and neat. So it should not be like we have applied green and blue. When the green and the blue colors are meeting, it has to be blended in nicely. So we should not feel that kind of difference. Again, I'm giving a reflection of blue color towards my left hand side. And also, just because the reflection will not be perfect as the board doesn't mean that you can give the reflection anywhere you want and however shape you want. So you have to concentrate where the light is falling from, whether it is the light is falling from the top of this object, or from the right side of the object, or from the left side of the object. So according to that, you have to understand where the shadow might fall or where the reflection might fall and how it might fall. So these are all the things which you have to concentrate on still life. You have to concentrate on the symmetry, you have to concentrate on the shape, and you have to concentrate on the light and the shadows and the reflection. So these all things matters a lot. So now I am adding a darker brown shade only in the edges. Wash the brush nice and neat. I'm just applying it with a plain water. So now as you can see, we have already almost gotten to halfway and it is looking nice. I'm just brushing up the edges. The edges has to be nice and smooth. So we have to make sure that the edges are neat and clean. It should not be out of the border, or some colors should not be mixed into a different colors. So if that has happened, this is the time where you can correct it. all the edges nice and neat. And I'm just applying a thin yellow line towards my right hand side of the board, just to give a brighter look for that. So in case if the water is too much of dark colors, please try to change the water, which is really good for your paint. And I'm applying sap green towards my left hand side. Sap green is nothing but a light green. It is also another shade of light green where we can see it only on the plants and the tree leaves, like that. So it is a natural green which we can see in the nature most. As you can see, I'm just blending in the green with the blue. So it will not be two different things. It will be blended in nice and neat. And now I have taken my 000 brush for more detailing. The smallest detailings will be done using the 000 brush. So please make sure you do this with 000 brush only. I'm just making the fine detailings. And if I want some texture or some shade or a shadow might be, so I'm using the 000 brush. As you can see, the area which we are painting is very tiny, and if you're using a bigger number brush, definitely it will tend to come out of the border, which is not good. It is almost completed. Our painting is almost looking really good. Just here and there we have to just try for the highlights. And as you can see, I'm also giving a thin line of yellow color even on that triangle. And also I'm just applying a texture for the back side of the boat, and even for the left hand side. This will give a reflection effect, the highlights of the boats, as we can see. So now as you can see, as I added a green texture or a green shade next to the left and right side of the triangle is appearing like a pop-up. It is appearing like a realistic 3D effect. So that is the reason we added a darker shade towards the left and right hand side. I hope you understood why is that we are concentrating more on the darker shade and the lighter shade and the reflection and the highlights, like that. So if you want your artwork to be more realistic, you have to concentrate on all these minute things very seriously, and observation is also important. So when you are doing a realistic still life, suppose if you are placing an apple or any fruit in front of you, and if you're doing, these are the main things which you have to concentrate on. So I'm just blending in the colors and giving a final touch. So in case if you feel that you need some more colors which are brighter, or you feel like you need to add more thick paint or a darker shade, definitely this is the final stage. This is just a touch up kind of thing. So wherever we need some small changes, we can just add it on. And once it is completed, this completes our painting. So now I'm using my white paint, and this is for the reflection part. So here I'm drawing a stick or a thread which is tied for the boat. First I have applied a plain white paint, and now I am giving a darker shade like a shadow effect with the burnt sienna, which is a brown color. So as you can see, I have given a shadow effect and a brown shade for the thread which is tied to the boat. Now I'm carefully removing my masking tape. As you can see, there are some blue color which is also spreaded inside the masking tape. It happens sometimes and it's okay. So what you can do is you can take your white paint and you can cover all the extra paint which is spreaded out. and you can make it a perfect border. So our painting is completed now. You also practice the same thing, and remember, art is always a good start.